Welcome back to Grid Drop. Today, we're going to help you get faster around Formula One's final track of the season, Abu Dhabi. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to leave any feedback or questions in the comment section or in my Discord, which is linked in the description. That being said, let's get right into it. This video will be broken down into 5 sections: car setup, Sector 1, Sector 2, Sector 3, and finally a full lap. These sections are all equally important, so stay tuned to the end of the video if you really want to improve. So here's the setup I run in Abu Dhabi. Feel free to pause the video and screenshot this if you want to try out this setup on your own. This setup prioritizes front-end responsiveness while ensuring rear stability when exiting corners. As a disclaimer, this setup is a general baseline for you to start with and applies to both hot laps and a race. I recommend doing a few laps with this setup and tweaking it to fit your own style. Into the first corner of the lap, sway to the right side of the track and watch for the orange meter boards. You want to brake just beyond the 100 meter board at around 75 meters. This is a harsh jam of the brakes and a few downshifts, as the runoff for this corner is a harsh curb. As soon as you brake, turn into the corner and try to attack the apex, however avoid making contact with that inside curb. Once rounding the corner, try to keep the car on track, as the exit curb can be a bit harsh. Going up through the gears now, stick to the right side of the track before pulling into the left for this high-speed left-hander. These next few corners are taken flat out, following a flowing line from apex to apex. Try to stick close to these inside curbs, but don't touch them as they have a tendency to pull your car. Once heading down the hill, sway to the left side of the track. You can cut a bit of this inside curb here, just be wary of track limits. Now, slowly extend to the right side of the track. Watch for the meter boards here. I like to brake just a touch before reaching the 50 meter board. Turn into the corner immediately as you brake and shift down to second gear. Once tightening to the inside curb, start cautiously increasing the gas. You don't want to spend any time coasting. Let the car extend all the way to the right side of the track to maximize acceleration for the straight. This corner is very important, as a bad line or exit can compromise you on the following straight. At the right side of the track, you should be in 3rd or 4th gear. Now, put the power down, enable DRS, and head down the straight. So, that's a look at Sector 1, now let's see it at full speed. Sector 2 begins with a very tight hairpin chicane. Watch for the meter boards on the right. You want to brake between the 150 and the 100 meter boards, right at about 125 meters. This braking zone is completely straight, so go very hard on the brakes and downshift immediately. I find downshifting to second gear is best. After the 50 meter board, start turning into the corner. This is a bit of a later turn in, as the following angle is sharp, so it's important to have a good line. Don't cut the inside curb here, it's a bit dangerous and can mess up your line. At the apex of this first left-hander, start getting back on the gas. Second gear here gives you a little less acceleration, but more stability through the steering transition. Try to keep your car in the middle of the track, as the next corner is a very tight right-hander. Take the widest entry you can here and slightly lift the throttle as you turn in to avoid a spin. Again, do not cut this inside curb. This one specifically is very rough. At the apex, you can start getting back on the power, and you can be a bit more aggressive than you think. You can also use this curb on the left to extend the track. Start going up the gears and enable DRS at the line. Now, head down the straight. That's a run through of Sector 2, now let's see it at full speed. Into the first corner of Sector 3, stay towards the right side of the track. Make sure to avoid fully riding over this curb, as it can bottom you out. Just after the 50 meter board, brake. This is more of a quick, hard jam of the brakes and bleeding off them quickly as well. Shift down to 4th gear here and pull into the corner immediately. Since this is slightly banked and pretty high speed, you maintain a lot of grip through this corner, so at the apex, get back on the throttle a bit more aggressively than you may think. Sway out wide and quickly get back on the power. You can use some of this exit curb on the right. Now, aim to be parallel to this upcoming curb on the left, as you want a nice turn-in for the following corner. As that corner approaches, pull into the right and stay flat out. You want to come off this corner at a bit of an angle, so braking into the next corner will be a straight line. As soon as you round the corner, brake. Let the car slowly reach the curb on the left and shift down to second gear. Turn into the corner and really try to keep it tight to the apex. The tighter the line here, the better. As your car naturally sways to the left side of the track on exit, try to pull to the right before the next corner and shift up to third gear. Into the next left, braking isn't necessary, so a slight lift of the throttle will do. Start getting back on the power and aim to use that right side curb to extend the track, just beware of track limits. Back on the power now, same thing, no brakes here, just lift. At the apex, start getting back on the power, and watch for this blue and white line on the right. You want to get as close as you can to this without exceeding track limits, which is the first white line on the left. Full power now, head towards the left side of the track, and as the corner approaches, just pull in. This is taken flat out and it's a very simple line here. You should end up on the left curb. Just after the pit entry line, start braking. This is a hard jam of the brakes and downshifting to third gear. Pull into the corner and try to bleed off the brakes quickly as a front right lockup here can be common. At the apex, as always, increase the power and extend to the left exit curb. At the line, enable DRS and head towards the finish line. That's a look at Sector 3, now let's see it at full speed. Now let's take a look at a full lap. So there you have it, a full lap of Abu Dhabi broken down corner by corner and sector by sector. If you want to see more track guides on F124, have any questions, or need more tips, feel free to leave a comment on this video or in my Discord. Anyway, if you made it this far, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.